Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when and where you're listening to this one. My name is Nick Gumpert. I'm Fire FC's education coordinator. And as well as that, I facilitate these parent summits twice a year to keep our members updated on what we've done recently, what we're currently doing, and what we're looking to do here in the upcoming season. Let's get started with our rec families. When it comes to where we've been and looking back at this spring 2025. First question, and a question we often get asked is, how can I cut the costs? I have 3 kids playing and it's adding up quick. So just wanted to start this parent summit off with ways to save money as a parent. Number 1, are you interested in reffing? If you ref up to 10 games, that'll get you a considerable amount off of your registration fees. Reach out to Chris Day. He is our referee coordinator, and his email is right there. If that is something you're interested in, maybe it's not you directly, it's another older sibling that's old enough to ref, or they want to get introduced to reffing because they're a teenager now and they want some of their own money and or pay some of these costs down. Maybe it's a significant other. So just know we do offer these opportunities as well as volunteer opportunities. Maybe you look at reffing and it's like, I don't want to get yelled at by other parents, but I want to find other ways to cut costs. Volunteering is one of those ways as a rec parent. We have numerous opportunities. We have our GMIT during the May month. We have tryouts in May or June, depending on which year we're in. This year in 2025, tryouts are in May. We have our golf tournament in July. It's always in late July. If that's something you're interested in volunteering some time to get some payback, so to speak, on the back end. We also have rec weekends where we get volunteers out in pods to be resources for other parents and visitors to kids' games. Is that something you're willing to sit in on for 5-ish hours on a weekend for 6 or 7 weekends? And then we have tryouts for our older high school kids come November on the boys' side. So you have numerous times throughout the year that you can give back to get something in return when it comes to decreasing costs on that end of things. Last but not least here, we do have in-house referee education. So just so you know too, if that is an avenue you want to pursue, you don't have to travel 4 hours over the mountain to get it. We do have those resources for you here locally. Rec coordinator, I alluded to pods. Brianna Gumpert, if that last name sounds familiar, that is my wife. She helps facilitate our volunteers on rec weekends. She is our point person. So again, she organizes all the volunteers so we know how many people we have representing the club on any given weekend when it comes to the weekends that there are recreational games. We have signage out there. Hopefully you've seen this. If you're a rec parent, this is something we look to continue to do. This was brand new for us this time last year, and it's gone well, we feel like, so far. So again, these people are point persons when it comes to just directing. Maybe there are grandparents trying to figure out where their grandkids are playing that day. Maybe there's a coaching dispute, right? And unfortunately, we deal with these from time to time. These are point persons to help facilitate those situations so you don't have to allow your emotions boil up in an email and just spill all your guts in the moment. We can hopefully get some of these things resolved so you don't have to go home sleeping on it and thinking about it and what have you. In April, we had the Challenge Cup. It grew to over 65 teams this year. So, something that was great to see, just because last year was our inaugural Challenge Cup and it hosted about 50-ish teams. So it grew year to year. So that's always good to see. And we're at a very healthy number when it comes to that Challenge Cup, which again is a recreation-specific tournament that we keep just for that group of players. Level up options. You have it starting at U5 and it goes through U10. If it's U5, U6s, U7s, and I believe up to U8s, it's 1 day a week. This is to supplement your kids' training, not to take place of it. The club is not trying to redo things. They're looking to grow things. So if this is something that individual players like your son or daughter are interested in, but the rest of the team isn't, they can participate. If the whole team is looking for more and the parent coach is like, how do I get more? This is another option to supplement those training environments. At ages 9 and 10, then it bumps to 2 days a week. There again, it can be in addition to recreational training or in place of recreational training. So it depends on what that team's aspirations are. And again, if your kid is kind of the one that wants more and they're 9 or 10 years old, 100% that can be a supplemental thing in addition to what their rec team is offering them. Level Up is organized and facilitated by licensed staff from Fire FC. So it has that just professional environment to really stimulate development for our boys and our girls at these ages. We have our in-house coaching education. We do this every year before the year even starts. So if you are someone that's thinking about volunteering, but you're just like, I don't even know where to start if I went into that space, we offer this opportunity. It'll be in August for our fall season. We always do it in early March for our spring season. And it just gives an opportunity for myself and Ryan, the general manager of Fire FC, to share ideas, to share information, what's allowed, what's not allowed, what's recommended when it comes to being a volunteer coach. Because without recreational soccer, Fire FC doesn't exist. Without volunteer coaches, Fire FC is not going to maintain the club that we are without you volunteers. So thank you for those that already do. If you're interested, just know we do also have in-house coaching education opportunities and resources if that is something you're thinking about doing or interested in doing and just don't want to be left out on an island. Where we are, let's get a snapshot of this. Playmetrics, it was a brand new system this year. Hopefully you found it to be easier. I can tell you from program to program, when it comes to summer programming, your kid gets involved in competitive. It's supposed to be a much more simple platform that keeps the information versus having to upload the same stuff year in and year out. So hopefully you've started to experience that already. And if you ever have any questions, call the office 970-242-4550 Tuesday through Friday from 9 to 2, or just shoot us an email at gjsoccerinfo@gmail.com. We're happy to answer any questions, concerns, frustrations you may have when it comes to the registering process. Summer programming for players. Go to gjsoccer.org. That'll give you all the options. In the recreational space, we keep it very laid back. We don't inundate you with a ton of options. Challenger comes in every summer. We have Level Up for ages 9 and 10, not only for kids that have done it in the past, but it is on a first come, first serve basis. So something to be aware of as a parent if your kid is starting to feel like they want more. Maybe that's an avenue. Go check out our website and see if you can't get that book spot before it gets taken, if that's something that they want to do. August 11th is the registration deadline for fall 2025. It will open up about the middle of this month, so be on the lookout for that. Be mindful too, if you don't know, the earlier you register and you say, I want to be on the Cheetahs again with Coach Danny, make sure you register ASAP because it is on a first come, first serve. And if you know who you want to be with and what teammates, that's the advantage of registering early versus just saying, I'll get to that in August. There might not be room left if you're wanting to be on a specific team with a specific coach, with specific friends. So just be mindful of that one when it comes to registering for the fall 2025 season. What does Level Up look like in the next level? Again, I alluded to it earlier. It's the professional coaching. It's the structure. It's some of the ideas that there's a little bit more substance to them. So that's the biggest difference. And again, if you want a taste of it, if you want to talk with someone in the office, call them. Again, 242-4550. And they're happy to answer those questions. If you just have some questions and concerns, be like, is that for my kid or not? Maybe they can help you through that. And then Finishing Clinic, that is open to recreational ages. There again, go to gjsoccer.org and book your spot if that's something your kid wants to do, is score a bunch of goals this summer. We have that opportunity for sure, knowing all ages enjoy that skill set. Keeping in the space of where we are when it comes to club communication. Hopefully this isn't anything new, but for those of you that may be new to the club, maybe this is. We have a website, shared that already. We have social media. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed or if you don't follow us already, I would highly suggest you doing so. We share things weekly, so be mindful of that. We share a newsletter on a monthly basis, and these are just pieces that we want to make sure you're engaged and educated and informed about, because I don't think anybody ever complains about the concept of, I know too much about my kid's club or school. It's always what's going on, what's the latest updates. So we do share monthly and weekly updates when it comes to our club. We have the Parent Summit. That's the purpose of this one. I host it twice a year, is to keep you informed and educated on where are we, where have we been, and where are we going as a soccer club. And our email is there at the very bottom. I alluded to, we update things weekly. I host a podcast called Mental, And it's to help youth and young adults build their mental skills before they need those mental skills. So often, we in general, as people, will put things off until something really goes awry and we're just like, oh my God, and we're already in the situation. How can we maybe position our kids in a better situation to start educating them on how to handle setbacks before they deal with setbacks, how to build self-belief before they're in those positions to really say, son, daughter, just believe in yourself. Well, how do they do that? So the podcast helps them build on some of those skill sets before they're in those situations, or maybe it's a resource to help them through them when they're in those situations or after the fact. Just wanted to put that one out there for you rec parents. If you didn't know, you'll see those weekly updates, and they've already been coming. So hopefully that's something you and your kids can take advantage of when it comes to a free resource that helps them build this skill set, not just the soccer and technical skill set. Let's look forward. What do we have to look forward to come the fall 2025? Alpine Bank is a jersey sponsor. You will see them on everything in the rec space. So thank you, Alpine Bank representatives, for taking that step and being that sponsor for us when it comes to our recreation space, because again, it's such a massive one for Fire FC. Rec kits are $60 moving forward. Middle school kits are $40 moving forward. So those are new price points, something to be aware of, but those are going to have the new look, and that's the way forward come the fall season. I alluded to volunteer opportunities with the golf tournament. Maybe you own a company, a small business, or you don't own it, but you have a friend, a family member that owns one. There's like, I want to give back to the community more. These funds help facilitate and create opportunities for kids that can't afford to play. So if that's something that you're interested in or that you know somebody would be interested in, please reach out to Ryan. He's our general manager at Fire FC. His email is right here. We'd be more than happy to have you or someone you know be a sponsor and a staple within our community and for our club to help facilitate playing opportunities that kids that wouldn't otherwise have that opportunity. So that is at the end of July. Fall Fest, we did that last October. It was our first opportunity to just have an event for, again, specifically our rec families. We had bounce houses out there. We had some face paint out there. We just had some games out there. So just another opportunity for us to have a presence as a club, but also give back to you guys. Just a fun day that we wanted to give back and have that opportunity for our members. Content. We're always looking for content. That's one of the things that I help facilitate for the club is the content on the Instagram, on the Facebook, in the YouTube. If your kid has a win, we're more than happy to share it, whether it's on the field, off the field, maybe it's a school accomplishment, they traveled somewhere cool and they want to share the story. Whatever it is, whatever you're comfortable with sharing, know that we're more than happy to share it to the rest of our members. Again, just reach out at gjsoccerinfo@gmail.com, and we're happy to do so, again, for the wins, not just on the field, but off the field. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, this is This Time, checking out for now.